I've got a new favorite delay plugin. It's called Clarity Delay by Raytown Productions. Here it is on the screen here if you want to see what it looks like. I'm not going to go super deep on this. I'm not going to do a bunch of demos and stuff because there's a better video that you can watch if you want to go deep on that. And I will link to that somewhere with this video. For this video, I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. I'm just going to talk about why this plugin kicks ass. Why does it kick ass, you may ask? Let me count the ways. 1, it simplifies my workflow. It not only provides the delay that I'm after, but it kind of cleans up its own mess. So we've got these like ducking controls here that like normally you would have to set up some like side chaining and like compressors and all this extra shit. You don't have to do that with Clarity because it's all fucking built in. 2, it has pre and post EQ, so you can kind of shape what's going into the delay as well as what's coming out. Normally that's another thing that you'd have to add, more plugins for. You don't have to do that with Clarity because it fucking kicks ass. 3, it's got built-in reverb. We got 4 different reverb types here. Like normally, not all the time, but a lot of the time I like to feed a delay into a reverb. And again, that's another plugin that you have to add to your chain and it just gets more and more complicated. You don't have to do that with Clarity. That's another reason why it kicks ass. 4, it's got flexible routing options. So like you've got these 3 different channels here. They're all independent. And you can do all this cool routing here. So like you can have them, just in parallel, or like you can feed one into another, or feed these 2 into each other, or feed all of them into each other. So you can get a lot of cool like cascading effects and stuff. It gets really fucking interesting and fun just playing around with that. 5, it's got a built-in gate. Why would you need a gate on a delay? That's kind of weird, isn't it? That's kind of what I thought at first until I started messing around with it, and now it's like one of my favorite parts of this plugin. So you can set it up like a normal gate where it's like if you've just got like, endless repeats going on and you just want those to shut the fuck up at a certain point, you can, set the gate just like a normal gate. Normally, that's another plugin that you'd have to add to your chain if you wanted to do that. You don't have to do that with Clarity because it's already fucking built in. This is a really cool feature with the gate. You can set it not only to time, but also echoes, so like the amount of echoes you want. So like if you want to do kind of like a tap delay sort of thing, or multi-tap delay, whatever they call those, you can just kind of set this up to like, hey, I only want 3 repeats and then get the fuck out of the way kind of thing. That's built in right here. A lot of times that can be kind of tricky if you're trying to use like a regular delay where, you want like a certain number of repeats and you want them to be kind of loud, like a delay throw kind of thing. Normally you kind of want to set the feedback pretty high, but then it just kind of goes on forever. And then, so you'd have to either automate the delay to shut the fuck up when you want it to, or you can put a gate behind it, or in this case, it's already built in. You don't have to worry about it. The other option is to use a multi-tap delay, but in my experience, those are a little bit tricky to set up just right for a specific purpose. And this just makes it a lot easier. The other thing, I like to do sometimes is not even use a delay plugin for those kinds of things and actually copy the part that I want to repeat onto another track and then drop the volume manually. I call that like the caveman delay throw. That works good in a lot of situations, but it's a little bit, extra work. If you don't really like doing that, you can use a plugin like this. Reason number 6, it's got like, it's just smooth. Like it's got these built-in focus and soften knobs, and those the focus kind of pulls out some of the mud from the delay signal. The soften knob kind of removes some harshness just automatically. You crank the fucking knob, done. You don't have to like mess with EQing out certain frequencies, which you could if you want because it's got a built-in EQ. Reason 7, it's intuitive. A lot of delay plugins that are flexible enough to do a lot of different things are just kind of tricky to set up or, take a lot of time to get just right. Clarity just seems, it's pretty fucking straightforward once you realize what everything does, which is pretty easy because it's got these little tool tips here. You can see on the bottom of the plugin, whatever I float my mouse over, it explains what it does. So if you're not a manual reader, you don't really need to read the manual if you don't want to. You can just kind of cheat and use the tool tips. That's cool. Reason number 8, it's fun to experiment with. You can tweak knobs all day, make all kinds of cool sounds, or you can hit this randomizer button. I'm not going to hit that right now because I don't want to fuck up my mix. But this is actually really useful. I've seen this on other plugins, and it's just like, what is that supposed to do? But this is actually a lot of fun. I've built a lot of presets just, by clicking that and then tweaking a few knobs, and then it has like a really cool, interesting effect going on. Reason number 9, it was made by a really cool dude. I know Bobby, the dude who designed this plugin. Personally, I've hung out with him multiple times, and he's just like a genuinely cool dude. So this isn't like coming from like some big plugin company or whatever. It's like a dude like you or me, who's like, dude, I want a better delay plugin. So he made it. Took him 3 years, but I think the end result is worth it. I really enjoy it. And it's basically my go-to spatial effect processor at this point. You can see these are all of my vocal effects for the vocals on this song. Sorry, I don't want to confuse you using the word track for song. You can see there are just 4 clarity instances here. And the only reason there are 4 of them is 2 of them are delay throws. One's set to half notes and the other one's to whole notes, I believe. So those are like parts that I want to repeat. I'll show that in a second. And these other 2 are just for different parts of the song. I like to kind of divide vocal sections into different parts. So I've got like my main vocals that are handling like the verses and the bridge and everything. And then I've got a different group that's just for the choruses. And that just kind of helps me reduce the amount of automation that I have to do later on. That's basically it. They've got slightly different settings. But yeah, I'm going to show you that delay throw thing because I want this video to be somewhat interesting and not just me talking. So let's do some fun stuff with this. You don't really need to see the plugin. Well, I guess if you want to see settings, my main vocal group has this as a send effect. And this is just a tweaked version of this preset lead vocal sauce. I can't tell you what I did because I wasn't really paying attention. I just tweaked some knobs, but it's based off of that preset there. And then this one is a slightly tweaked version of this preset. And then for the delay throws, we've just got a half note delay and a whole note delay. So we're gonna fuck with those 2 right now. So there's this part of the song right here that, in my opinion, it just needs a delay throw right here. So that bot, that's just asking for a delay throw. So let's do, I think it's a half note delay is what I'm after here. So we're going to do this kind of quick and dirty. I'm going to set my automation mode to touch. You can do this pretty much the same, and whatever DAW you're using, this is pretty much the same. The method for this is going to be relatively the same. I'm just going to crank this thing because I'm not worried about the level yet. I'm worried about the timing. So let's get that. I just want the word bot. Boo Scout. All right, so we know that that's way too fucking loud. So let's fix that. Boop boop. Whoops, I made a new node there. Done. All right, there's another part kind of like that. Yeah. Exists. We want just the ist. Up, I missed it. I was too late. Closer, but still not quite there. Yes. It's a little sloppy here, but whatever. You'll get the point. Let's give it a bit more. There's the method. And then we got some stuff at the end. I want some whole note delays on this, wherever it is. I think yeah, so it's going to be on the chorus group. Oh, whoops. All right, so we're done with that, the automation on that group for now. So I'm going to switch that back to read mode. And then we want to switch the Vox chorus group to touch. Here we go. And again, these are going to be whole notes. I already kind of figured this out beforehand. That way this video isn't super long and boring. Fuck that one up, dude. I want the whole word underneath. Wait, actually, all I have to do is this. Whoops. Underneath. Too much. Killed this one too much. So I just want to show this real quick. This is where this gate comes in handy. I don't want this repeating off forever. So you'll see this gate clamp down when I want it to. So you see that gate close down before these next vocals come in. It just kind of gets it out of the way. That's probably my favorite part of this plugin is just how it cleans up its own mess. Because delays and reverbs typically create a lot of problems in a mix that you don't really want, and this kind of just gets things out of the way. I love it for that. You see the gist of it. That's how we do that. How I do it, really. I don't know how other people do it. They can do it however the fuck they want. Whatever. All right, this video is done. I realize I haven't really made a lot of videos lately. I apologize to anyone who wants to see more videos from me. I'm going to try to do more in the future, the near future, I guess. Whatever. This is where you can click off if you're, if you're just interested in the plugin or the delay throw stuff. You can click off now. Yeah, whatever. I hate the internet, so. I don't like to. I'm kind of a hermit, so I'm trying to kind of strike a balance between, providing a service for people and keeping my sanity. So it's kind of a tricky balance. I'm trying to find the right spot. So I'm going to try to make more videos. I want them to be entertaining and not dumb. So I may have failed here, but maybe you got something out of this, hopefully. Check out Clarity Delay. It's fucking awesome. If you do any mixing or if you just like making cool soundscape sort of sounds, you can do a lot of stuff with the plugin. So check that the fuck out, and I'll see you on the next one.